Hello, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here in grand old China. Just finished popping into the Evergrande bank for a little bit of a withdrawal. They wouldn't take my Bitcoin, I don't know why. Weird. This is our Roundup video where I take everything that I've been into this week and I chat about it. I'm going to be focusing on my top 5 new yield farms for this video once I just get back home, just having a wee walk. I'm also going to be doing our drip airdrop. So let's get down to it. As always, all the links for all these farms you can find in the description of this very video. Don't forget, like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Support the algorithm, churn it, push that like, push it, push it, push it. Thanks. So first, let's get this airdrop out of the way. This is my team here of 155 direct team members. To join my team, just use the link in my description of this video to join the team. I do airdrops every Sunday, even though this is Monday morning. I'm a little bit late. And my airdrops rotate. This week, the airdrop is for everybody with 10 drip or more in your faucet. As you can see here, I have 1,597 drip in my faucet. If you have 10 drip in your faucet, then you can get a weekly airdrop on that time. Next week, we will have the high roller airdrop for everyone with 100 drip in your faucet. And the week after that will be the team builder airdrop with anyone with a team under them. So you will see at least one person on your team under you there. Then you will also get that airdrop. And I just rotate them week by week. So as I said, let me just quickly get through this airdrop. I've already checked everything. We have 63.4 drip to go to 117 people. So that's going to be roughly 0.54 drip each. I'm going to do this. It's going to take about an hour and a half. My God. And then don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch this. But like and subscribe because I am doing this every week for you guys to make sure that everyone returns on your investment and gets the best from this awesome platform. All right, I love drip. You love drip. Let's make it rain. Drippity drip, drip, drip. God, that took ages. 117 transactions. So let's discuss quickly about drip and what's been going on this week. The great retracement of the drip price has continued to happen. The price, I haven't looked at it today, but I've got the same tactic really. Here I have 3 drip. What do? I hydrate that drip. Yes, I do. Hydrate. Good. So I'll be hydrating for 2 days, and then after that, I'll let the drip build again, and then I'll airdrop it. I'm also buying more drip. Why am I buying more drip? Well, let's have a look. The price of drip is $7. That is, for me, it's a great steal. Compound success, very good. It's a great price for me to get in because, like I've told you many, many times, I want to get to 10,000 deposit drip. 1,600 now. Woo! Okay, so I want to get to 10,000 drip. I want the max payout of that 33,000 drip. That's what I'm aiming for. So let's just keep at it, eh? So got a couple printers going to get me some more BNB. I'm using this one, BUSD Minter. This is going pretty well. I have $4 here. I'll keep that accumulating because I do have some other BUSD that I think I can sell. Yeah, I've got 85 sitting here just from generating from this one. So I'll be turning that into BNB, grabbing some drip with that. I'm running BNB Miner. I think everyone is. That one's doing all right, but I'm just compounding this one. I started this new one, Crypto Egg Game. So far in compounding, it actually gives you a little bit more. It gives you 10% per day, 3,330 APR daily. A lot higher risk, but I thought I'd ape into it anyway with a little bit of BNB, and I'm just compounding that. At the moment, I'm getting about 0.1 BNB, and I just compound it continuously until I can get more. That's the plan there. The BUSD Minter is by far the best one at the moment, though. That's really going mental. Yeah, so let's get some more drip. I'll go to Pancake. Why am I buying drip on camera? Just because, you know, I want to show you what everyone should be doing right now, because once drip does start to go up again, because nothing can go down forever, with the fan base community and like the people behind drip and the developments that are coming, they are delayed it seems, but the farm is coming out. Things are going to be happening. So with all that combined, I'm more than confident that the price will rise again. So I'm just excited at being able to get such a nice price of drip. Let's add some TRX to that. Got 590 TRX. Thanks for that, Justin Sun, for that TRX. The TRX came from BetFury. It's just same idea. Get dividends daily from that and sell them into BNB, sell them into something else that's useful. Good, so there we have 0.6 BNB. That's exactly the way it works. Go back to drip. Let's take some BNB, half a BNB. Let's buy some drip. What do we get for 0.5? Well, we'll get 23 more drip, which I'll be throwing straight into my faucet. Simples. I do actually have a second drip account, but that one I build up in Compound for my kid, because it's my kid's drip account. So that'd be nice. When he gets older, he's going to have a big, juicy drip account to, like, basically go balling with. I have 0.1 BNB left over from that sell, so what I do there, I go into the reservoir. Let's take 0.1 and throw it in here. I think that 0.1 will put up my stake by up to 0.22% of the reservoir. 0.23, all right, going up there. The aim, of course, I've said this many times, I want 1% of the reservoir. I want 10,000 drip in my faucet. Then I'm happy, then I'll open up another account. That's enough for drip today. When this price does go back up above $20, up to $30, up to $50, and beyond, up to the $100 drip, which we all want and desire and believe in, then these movements and these price actions and these decisions that I'm making with my hard-earned BNB will bear fruit. Or I'll get wrecked. This is not financial advice. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. If you're on my team, I do advise you, though, to compound, to add fresh BNB into the contract, because if everyone does do that, then of course the price goes up. That's what happens with crypto. If everyone is selling, the price goes down, and that's at the moment what people seem to be doing with drip. I don't know why. I understand what's going to happen. I hope you do too. So today's video, we're doing a video on the top 5 yield farms that I enjoy over all of the blockchains. You know, we can have a look here. I'm not in all the blockchains. I didn't join Moon River yet. I'm not on Harmony 1. I don't really play around too much in the KuCOIN space, so we're not going to be talking about them. We're going to be having a look at my top 5 yield farms on the Binance Smart Chain, on FANTOM, on Avalanche, and over on ARBITRUM. If you don't know how to get over to any of these blockchains, then you're going to have to look up some videos on it, especially Avalanche. It's a little bit of a pain in the arse to get over there, but once you are over there, it is fantastic. And that's where actually we're going first, with my favorite yield farm at the moment is over on Avalanche. So let's pop over there and have a look at exactly what's going on with it. Okay, so this is my favorite, by far my favorite yield farm right now. This is Trader Joe. Trader Joe, xyz.com. I'll leave the link in the description. You can find it there just so you don't get phished or anything. It's just been a great yield farm. I've been in it since I think the first video I made about this was a month and a half ago, possibly, and maybe longer. And I was sitting in here with not much funds until the resurgence until the emergence of these AVAX miner, and especially this AVAX miner here. In the description is AVAX miner 2. You'd find this one on Token Miner, and this is on the avaxminer.finance. And these really are great. I think I've managed to acquire about 20 AVAX, 30 AVAX from these combined, and that's really bolstered my capital that I've been able to put into Trader Joe and play around a lot more with the platform and find out more about it. So what I've been doing in here initially, I just thought the best idea was to take a farm, because this is a yield farm, to take a farm which was pretty much funds are safe kind of farm, which for me would be take the native token, gas paying token of AVAX, and I combine that with ETH, because ETH is a great token, of course, AVAX is a great token, so they might have pretty much similar price movement, and if one goes up and the other doesn't, then I'm not really that bothered, because I do want more AVAX, I do want more ETH. And in this farm, not so much as before, but the APR on their pairs for wrapped AVAX and ETH are amazing. It's 61%. APR on that is a really great payout. So I've got about $1,000 in here, and I've just been going at it, getting rewarded in Joe every day. So let's harvest some here. Like for example, here I have a daily reward here for about $7, which is 2 Joe token. If we go over to, I love that noise. If we go over to CoinGecko, we do see that Joe is generally trending here quite a lot on CoinGecko, because Joe is only 176th in market cap. We have a 21% pump on it today. It's been really great. So it's pumping so well. If we look at the price performance over, I guess, 90 days, while I've been getting more and more into Joe, we do have a really great rise in price from under $1 now up to $4. So the sell pressure on Joe is pretty low for a reward token. Why is that? Well, first, we do have a lot of great farms for Joe. If I go to other farms that I'm also in AVAX and Spell token. I've been talking about Spell token for a few weeks now, so hopefully you have been noticing it. It's got 148% on it. Spell is the reward token of Abracadabra Finance, but you can only really farm on the Ethereum side, which I'm not. But I am buying Spell on different blockchains and farming with it because it does offer high APR. I have not got so much in there. I've only got $142 so far and DCAing into it. So, you know, under $1 there to farm, whatever. But then I also have a farm in XJoe. XJoe? What is XJoe? It looks like a pig. Okay, I get 30% APR on this. So far I've put in $154 of XJoe. So I do suggest you have a look at Joe. Also, you can look at, so it has the usual 20 to 30% for stable coins, which is great. Then you have your Joe farms, where we have Joe with AVAX for 136% and Joe for 30%. So the APRs on this are great, and the thing that really interests me is that there's no fee to get into these, and they are much higher than PancakeSwap, because I guess PancakeSwap has been around for so long now that the emissions on their cake token are lowering every single week, just like Joe is, okay? So the longer you wait to get into Joe, the less Joe you're going to get for yield farming here. But it's already been going for about 2 months, so it's got long legs. It will be going further. Let's have a look at this yield-bearing asset I mentioned. So we have here Joe and XJoe. What you do is you take some of your Joe token, you will put it into this protocol here. For every swap on Joe, a 0.05% fee is collected into the XJoe and is used to buy back Joe tokens. Currently, buybacks are occurring every 2 days. So this is also a reason why Joe does have such great pumps on its price, is because they're buying back every 2 days. So they're buying back every 2 days, buyback and burn, which means that the buyback and burn does pump the price quite nicely. Also notice that 4 days ago, Joe was at its all-time high, so it's kind of pushing back up to that again. I do expect it to go much higher, so I am sending not all my Joe, but some of my Joe I'm turning into XJoe. So my XJoe is continuously compounding. Of course, I don't have any XJoe balance here because I've put it into the farm to yield farm with it. But as far as I understand it from their documents section, they don't talk so much about what's happening here. But I think that even though I've put my XJoe into their farm, I'm still compounding my XJoe and getting an additional 30% APR on that. So that's 30% APR plus 23% APR is 53%, which is great on a reward token that I'm holding without any impermanent loss. That I think, not financial advice, but I think it's just going to keep going up in price. Probably, I think it can hit $10. Then I would essentially be doubling my capital here. So like I said, so here I have some Joe token. Will I turn it into XJoe? One XJoe is 1.1 Joe. Finally, when I do unstake my XJoe, I'm going to have more Joe than I did when I put in. That's the way it works. You cannot lose your Joe by doing this. You're only going to come out with more Joe. So hopefully the price of Joe has gone up too, and that's double win, win-win. An easy way to understand XJoe is this. Okay, look Joe, I can ever increase my interest by using auto compounders, such as Auto, okay? It works by automatically harvesting my Joe tokens and selling it to increase my position in the farm. Silly volley, says Joe. That way you'll miss out on all the profits that when the Joe price goes up, because if Joe does go up, like it is doing, by auto compounding it and selling it, you're not going to get any good price action on that. Instead, I harvest my Joe tokens and I stake them to earn more Joe tokens. The fees are used to buy back Joe tokens. You can check the stats for XJoe as well as your own stake. So what does he do? He enters Joe token into the user interface that we looked at. Staking XJoe has no impermanent loss and your share of Joe only goes up. Every time users swap tokens on Trader Joe, a fee is charged and sent to the XJoe pool. Fees from the lending feature will also be sent to the XJoe contract. Yes, Trader Joe is opening a lending protocol very soon too, so that is also exciting for me, very exciting. After every buyback, XJoe tokens will be worth more Joe tokens, which you can claim when you withdraw from your XJoe. For example, say you stake 500 Joe tokens, the ratio of XJoe to Joe is 1.05. So you receive 476.2 XJoe tokens. After a few days, the XJoe to Joe value goes up to 1.1. So now your 476 XJoe are now worth 523 Joe tokens. Kablammy, which means by the time you unstake your XJoe, you're going to have more Joe than what you put in. And following this maths, the price will also go up. This is why I'm so bullish on Joe. I think it's going to be a banger. Oh yeah, I love a banger. Another thing I really like about the Trader Joe site is that on AVAX, they do have an ecosystem of other farms that you can get into and look at. So if you wanted to see a bunch of new farms that were on AVAX, you could go to VFAT Tools, link in the description. We click on AVAX and we would see all of these farms. Now, I can't vouch for all of these farms, and some are brand new and some are just going to be random clones, just like every other farm you've seen in your life. So for that case, then I'm pretty sure that sticking with Trader Joe is a better option. But I found this farm and I've really been enjoying it so far. This is Singular Finance. It is cross-chain. You can go over to other ones. What do we have? Binance, MATIC. Soon it will be on FANTOM too. And in this farm, I was able to take my liquidity tokens, which I do have in... I took my AVAX ETH liquidity tokens, which I made on Trader Joe in the pool section. And then I took the liquidity tokens over to Singular Finance. So I split them essentially, and there, where's my staked? So here I'm getting an APR of 140% on that, whereas over on Trader Joe I'm just getting 61% APR. I have the majority in Trader Joe because I do trust this yield farm more than Singular, but I did take a decent amount. What did I take there? I took $440 and I put it into this one, where also I am earning Joe and also I'm earning Sing token. So it's double asset yield farming. So if I grab them, Sing token is okay, doing okay in price if we want to go and sell the Sing token. So one Sing token is $2.4. So not going pretty well with that 139%. So I could start putting a lot more capital into this. It is paying out. I've been doing it for a week and it's going very well. Another thing that I thought I'd continue this and take a little bit more risk, manage your risk, guys. And I took the Sing token that I'm getting and put it into their bank. Now in the bank, I can put the Sing token for 1,865% APR, where I'm getting paid out in dollars. Yes, stable coins, getting paid out in stable coins by putting my Sing into here. So far I put 3% Sing into here with a 4% deposit on it, but it's a reward token anyway. And I can claim out my dollars daily. So it's really high risk, this, because that depends on the price of Sing going up or down. If Sing starts to tank, then I'm going to be getting less dollars for it, and I'm going to be able to unstake, getting less out of there. The moment I have 3.4 Sing deposited into this, so I'm going to keep depositing that in. I'm going to be selling the Joe token that I get from staking and compounding my Sin token and just taking dollars instead. So I stake that 1.1 in here. It will also claim my 76 cents or something, small money, I know. So I'm finding out that Joe Farm, there are loads of ways to actually passively earn income here from all these different aspects of Trader Joe. So finally, after all that, I come out with 3 Joe tokens, which that would then grab me $12, which I would either then turn into AVAX or turn it into ETH, pair that ETH with some more AVAX, and then put it back into the yield farm. And that's what I'll be doing today. Other days, I'll be going into the staking and staking that Joe token to get more XJoe to then put it in and use that. So these are the tactics for Joe Farm. There's loads to do here. I'm not sure what the best strategy for this is. The best strategy might always just be selling out into stables, because we don't know how long Joe token will continue to go up in value. But I think it's got legs, and I think it will go a lot further. If we think about, tokens such as Cake did get to $40. Is Joe the next Cake token? I think Joe might be the next Cake token. What do you guys think? Are you into Trader Joe? Do you enjoy it as much as I do? Of course, there's a 4% deposit fee on Singular Finance, so that you do have to take that into account for your high APY or high APR that it does offer. But I plan on doing this for a while, so I'm okay with that. So that is my favorite experience that I've had so far on AVAX, playing around with this. Are you in anything else on AVAX that you think is great? Have you tried out any of these other farms? I did look at some of them, and I wasn't too impressed with what I've seen so far. So if you do use one of these, and can vouch for it, then please let me know in my Telegram. Get into my Telegram, by the way, guys. This is where you'll find out about all the early calls. And actually, one last thing on these miners, I was chatting with not just the dev of Token Miner, this one, but I was also chatting with the dev of these miner.finances as well. And they are going to be releasing new miners. And as we did say in my video before last week, that the earlier you get into these miners, the better. So get into my Telegram, and I might be actually announcing these new miners before they're actually launched. So you have a great chance to get into them and get some quick early gains. Because really this, supercharged my journey through the AVAX space. And now I'm really firmly got in there. I'm in there with about $3,000 or $4,000 of capital now, as before I was in with about $500 to $600 of capital. So now I'm really enjoying AVAX, and I'm getting the chance to play around these farms. So that's great. Right, let's move on to my second favorite yield farm of the moment. So last time I left you on my ARBITRUM journey, the ARBITRUM being here. ARBITRUM is a roll-up of Ethereum, offering the same power and a high liquidity and high volume that Ethereum has, but with cheaper transaction fees. So this is ARBITRUM here, ARB1 on my RPCs. So when I last left you on ARBITRUM, I had put my ETH and Bitcoin in liquidity into SushiSwap, and I was getting a terribly awful APR of like 0.5% or something. That's worse than a bank. Come on. That's not why we're here. So I did remove it from that, and I put it into Beefy on ARBITRUM. So now I'm getting 9.54% APY on my Bitcoin and my ETH. That's fine. I will just leave that there, $1,300 worth of Bitcoin and ETH, and I'll probably leave that there for years to come and just let that compound and grow. No problem with that at all. Unless I find a better APY for this, then I'm just going to leave it in here, and it's going to be fine like that. No problem. In Sushi, I got some spell token just like I did on AVAX, and I'm playing around with that. I can't remember how much I put into this, but I do have it in there. The liquidity tokens are 92. I'll have to check on how much that is actually. But it is feeding me back out Sushi and spell token. So that's a great play in my eyes. Because ARBITRUM, the fees are about $5 there, I have like $3,800 of spell. Let's have a look at spell. I'm using this spell token on so many chains to yield farm. It's just great, and it's doing quite well. Have a look at the 14 days, but the amount of time I've been yield farming with this for 14 days, and it's just doing really well. Nice little pump on the price of spell. So say I have about 3,000 there, so it's $11. It's nothing to write home about, so I'm going to, of course, wait until that gets up to about 30,000. Then I will compound, I will harvest that, then I'll compound it back in to SushiSwap and get more. And so that's two places where I have been working, but that's not the one I want to talk about today. The farm I'm really enjoying is Magicland over on ARBITRUM. So here's the reward token of this farm, Magic. I got into this 2 days ago, and as you can see, it's dipped and now it's starting to raise back up. It did have an all-time high of ridiculously high, $189. I disregard that. It's a reward token. It shouldn't be that price. So now it is on a huge decline, and that's why I got into it about here, because it should have floored about there, and its TVL is rising quite well. And now hopefully if it can get back up to about $2, that would be a really nice price for this particular token. So Magic is my pick for a degen yield farm on ARBITRUM that I'm following, that I'm going to get into. There are some more if we do have a look at what they have to offer. So Polar B, 100, Dragon, Arbis, Parrot DeFi, Whale Finance. They have all these ones, and I just wasn't feeling any of them. They don't seem that special. Magicland, for some reasons I did choose Magicland, is first when you go into the farming area, it has most of its pairs are paired up with the Magic token, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 are paired up with Magic. So that means that it's to get the high yields of the farming token, then you need to pair it with the reward token, okay? And the other ones are stable coins. So if you do want to pair, for example, MIM or Rat Teeth or USDC with the Magic reward token, then you do get very high payout right now. But I didn't do that. I just like the fact that you have to use the reward token in the liquidity pair to get good payout there. And then we have single asset staking, which is much lower, as you notice here. Like, look at these. It's 23, 20, 54, 28. I went in with the Magic Internet Money for 210% APR on that. So far earning 5 Magic, which would be about $5, okay. I went in with $664 worth. This is another one which I'll be dollar cost averaging into, because this 210 is a pretty nice APR for a stable coin, because that's all MIM is. It's just pegged to the dollar. If you look at, you get Tether for 28 or MIM for 210. Which one you gonna go for? That's right, I'm gonna go for this. So I'm not gonna be selling, and of course there at the bottom we have Spell again for 494. So this MIM and Spell combination is working really well over all the blockchains at the moment for me. I just hope I can have enough time to get more capital into these before this goes up to $1 and beyond, because ARBITRUM is new. The TVL for this farm, let's go ARBITRUM Castle. The TVL is now $20 million. It is rising quite nicely. And they also have this village area where you deposit your Magic token and you can earn Bitcoin and ETH for 541% at the moment. So these are always pretty good, especially I would say that if you're going to try and compound into these and start earning the token, it usually is pretty sluggish. I don't do it on all the yield farms. Definitely in Magicland, I think I'm just going to be selling the token off back into the funds that I'm putting in. So I'll be selling this one off into MIM, stablecoin asset for Magicland at the moment, unless I start seeing the token price doing like an insane kind of move like Trader Joe does. So I need to get at least $100 back, I think, from this before I even think about compounding into the village area. So a good strategy would be, if you are a high risk kind of guy, just buy the Magic token, throw it into the village, farm with it, or farm with it here for 930%, and hope that the crypto gods are with you and the token price goes up from that $1 up to $2, $3, $5, $10 and beyond. You never know what will happen in these new kind of platforms. So that is Magicland. Having a great time with that. And my boy Kaki. Kaki has opened. It looks great. They have a brand new user interface, looking nice and good. I haven't gone into this yet. I'm planning to go into it probably tomorrow. I'm going to do a video on it where we will deposit our DAI into this and start playing around on Kaki. So that video will be coming tomorrow. Look out for that one. Non-loss options trading will be fun. Let's pop over now to FANTOM and check out some farms that I love over there. So with ARBITRUM, that being quite a long play with high gas, FANTOM has extremely low gas, and it is a complete instant satisfaction kind of play where I'm just taking crazy profit every day on FANTOM, and I love it. So we have our local bank here. Let's collect 23 more FANTOM. That's $25. It's only been, what, 4 hours, and let's just pocket that FANTOM. Lovely jubbly. Something to play around with in the farming. The first one we're going to have a look at, the first farm. This is FANTOM Miner, by the way. The best miner. Oh yes, I love it. So we have Morpheus swap. I've been in Morpheus swap for a while. I've had my eye on the token, and the token price is continuing to slowly peak up. It's now $3.5. I think it was about $2 last week, so it's nice to see it recover really well. And I'm in a couple farms here. I'm in a couple pools, I think, or I'm in some farms here actually. So I am in Boom FANTOM. So I have $366 in this one, and it is rewarding me in this Morph token, Morph token's going up because they've added a lot of utility to it, which is great to see for a reward token, because that always means that you can rely more on the price action not being too crazy. I'm also in a pool here with a lot of Phantom. I put 687 Phantom, $800 into this pool, and it's also paying me out in small amounts of Morph token. Let's harvest that. The APR on that's 57%, so quite high actually for single asset staking of Rat Phantom. So I did borrow out from Screen Finance to put that into here, and we're going to see how that goes. It's only been a day or two. I need to make back about $12 first before I start making profit on that, so it's going to take a while. At 57%, that would take, it's about 7 to 10 days of farming first to get my initial back. So it's a long farming process that I'm doing with Morph. I've been watching it for 2 weeks, and the price has continued to stay stable. The yields are continuing to stay pretty juicy, so that's why I'm sticking around and actually putting more into it. And it has this option here on Morph, which is cool, called a Neo Pool, where I can choose which asset I want to get. Like I was saying with Magic over on ARBITRUM, I'm not doing that with them. I am doing it with Morph because I think the upside and the low fees of transactions, the ability to be able to withdraw small amounts of money and bank it, and the fact that the Morph token has been doing well for 2 weeks, and I think it might go up even further, that means that I'm starting to actually stake some Morph into the pool here and get out some Phantom daily, Rat Phantom daily. Because if you've been watching this channel at all, you know that I am so bullish on the price of Phantom. I will take as much Phantom as I can physically get my hands on. Thank you very much. So I will be happy, more than happy, to take, for example, that $5 of Morph that I just harvested, and I will throw that into this pool here, increasing my payout from this farm of Phantom token. I will then take that Phantom token and put it into Screen Finance to pay off my loan that I did take out to put into this pool here of Rat Phantom. We have my overview here. I have supply 3.5 thousand. I have borrowed $700 worth of Phantom. So like I'm saying, I'm just slowly now paying back my loan that I took out a couple of days ago. So slowly, bit by bit, repay that 1.2 Phantom. But because of that miner, I just have Phantom token coming out of my ears now. It's everywhere. I can't control it anymore. There's more Phantom than I've ever wanted to know what to do with. But my aim is to get 10,000 Phantom tokens before it does pump ridiculously. So I think right now I have about 5,000 Phantoms sitting around, and if I can get up to that 10,000, I'm going to be super happy with what's going on Phantom. But that is Morpheus swap, and that's what I'm doing there. So I'm using Morpheus to hold the token in the Neo pools to earn me Phantom. And eventually, hopefully the price does pump up above this $3. If I can get to $5, then I might consider actually selling my Morph token for profit there too. Very nice. But so far I'm really impressed with Morpheus swap, and we have 12 million now locked inside the farm. The TVL is continuing to slowly and carefully rise. Great, really good, really happy. Here's the emissions of Morph. As I said in the first week, the emissions were higher. As we get to the 2-month line, the emissions will start to slow down. As you can see here, the Morph supply is burned. The longer the farm goes on, the more will be burnt. 34% of all Morph has already been minted. So it's definitely a farm that if you want to get into it, you need to get into it kind of early, because it will not be printing for you like this forever. Another farm that I really love, this would be the 4th farm I love. We've had Trader Joe, then we had Magicland, then we had Morpheus swap. Now let's pop to one more. It has got to be the best farm on Phantom still. It is just the man, it's the dude. It is the Spirit swap. They are just knocking out the park every single week with this farm. It's got so much going for it. Let me just grab that harvest. Very much. I'm running this on 2 wallets now. Wallet 2, another $4. This is daily now. I'm getting about $10 daily from this now. Just continuing to compound it up. It came out of the collapse of Tomb Finance that I started moving a lot more money into Spirit. And I'm quite happy that it did. Really happy that it did. Like my strategy that I did have with Tomb Finance, I have a similar one with Spirit Swap, where on my second wallet I am selling everything into Phantom, and in my other wallet I'm compounding daily. So that's still my strategy with this. Yeah, so with this one I'm also in with some Phantom, and some wrapped ETH. How much do I have in here? So we've got about $500 on this side that's just continuing to work away. As Phantom and ETH go up, I will, you know, continue just to sell off whatever I get from this. Just it's feeding some of my action. And then on the other one, this is the one that I'm doing more with. I am in this one with Spirit and Phantom, which is compounding sometimes to 176, and in the normal farm, unboosted farm, I guess you could call it, I have Zoo Phantom, Zoo token with 1.1000 of this. This is doing really well for me too, just continue to churn out so much Spirit for me. And we have here In Spirit. This is where my long play on Phantom comes in, the complete uber compounding action. I've talked about this already before, but what we do is we take our Spirit and we put it in there, and we increase our locked amount of Spirit, which I will be able to unlock in 2025. I'm creating a yield-bearing asset with my Spirit. My Spirit turns into In Spirit, which is a yield-bearing asset. I'm doing this because I think in the future I will be able to stake my In Spirit, even though it is inside Spirit Swap, earning me passive income of Spirit token. Every epoch that happens in the next 2 days, I'll be able to claim more Spirit. But while also doing that, I'll be able to use my In Spirit, the yield-bearing asset token, to actually go into other yield farms and generate yield with that too. So that's why I'm doing it. It is a bit of a gamble. I'm betting on what's going to be happening in the future. But with this, yeah, I just increase my locked amount, confirm that that is more Spirit being locked up. No problem with me on that. Which then increases my distribution block payment of Spirit that I get paid back. Lovely jubbly. So that is Spirit Swap. It really covers everything. It has some great percentages on basic yields. It has boosted yields, and it does have this In Spirit yield bearing asset section, which is great. It's I think it's going to be a game changer. And if you're not in it, consider getting in it. And the last farm we're going to talk about, my fifth favorite farm, there's no particular order on these, by the way, I love them all. It will be YSL.io, which has been now running for about 2 weeks, and I'm really enjoying the stability that this is actually offering me as I'm farming with mostly reward tokens, which is high risk generally, but it's doing really well. So we have 2 tokens right now in it. We have the YSL token, which is tied to this number here, the locked liquidity. As this locked liquidity goes up, the YSL token will go up in price. And we also have the total value locked of the farm. As that goes up, the locked liquidity goes up, which means that the price of YSL will also go up. And then we have the reward token SYSL, which is also tied to the price of YSL. So it's a nice, tight ecosystem for a farm. Why is it not dumping? Well, here we have 2 windows here. We have Harvest All and we have Withdraw. For Withdraw, I have 6.5 SYSL that I can withdraw. But at the moment, I'm only able to withdraw 0.3 because your rewards for this farm are linearly locked, meaning that you cannot just withdraw and sell constantly. You have to wait. When you do Harvest All here, it moves into my withdrawal, and then I can slowly withdraw and sell or compound slowly, not immediately, which protects the price of the reward token. So there are 4 vaults at the moment that you can get into. You have Cake for 128% APY, which I'm in with $300 worth of Cake. We have the YSL BUSD Ape Swap Finance liquidity pool, which is getting 257% APR, which has been very good. I have about $654 in that. And then we have the SYSL token single asset staking for just 14%. I'm hanging on to this because I did get it in the pre-sale, and the pre-sale tokens for the reward token are also linearly locked, so I cannot sell them all right now. So I'll just wait until that lock is done, and then I'll probably sell them. But I might just continue to farm with them. The weird thing about SYSL is that the APR on them is pretty low, which if they don't continue, hopefully when they open up new vaults, they do have Banana here too, I'm not in that, but when they do start opening new vaults and new functions for this, hopefully the SYSL reward gets a bit higher, because it does actually just encourage people to sell, in my opinion. So let's see what happens with that. We also have amplification, which is disabled right now, but we'll be able to boost yield by buying the AYSL token. And soon, the pre-sale that I did get into, and I swapped some SYSL token to get the XYSL token, will be launched, which is going to be a deflationary token, which is tied into the farm too. And it's going very well. Everything is really stable with this, and I'm very happy about that. So as we can see, so far I've farmed 6.5 SYSL, which would be 11 times 6. What's that? $60-70 that I have managed to farm from here, but I cannot withdraw it yet. I can only withdraw 0.3, so it's like $3 or $4. So just waiting for that to raise up. As I'm waiting and I'm compounding more into these, especially the YSL BUSD, I'm compounding into that because of that BUSD minting DApp I showed you earlier. I'm throwing it into here. I'm building that up. I had 0 on this, now I have $654. That's how great that printer is. It's just printing me money from everywhere. I'm just throwing it into farms, compounding and building my position in them. And I really think that YSL will really take off. It's only got 1.5 million total value locked so far, which is so low, scandalously low for a yield farm. And if it can get up to 100 million total value locked, we are going to be laughing our way to the bank. It's going to be beautiful. Okay, that is today's video. I hope you enjoyed these 5 amazing yield farms that I do really love, and check them out. Of course, not financial advice. You need to research these yield farms by yourself to make sure that they're safe for you within your means. Do not risk anything that you need for the future. Always take care of number 1. That's not me, it's you. Okay, don't get wrecked.